Good morning, guys. I hope we're all sparkly. It was Marcus Aurelius who said, the happiness of your life is dependent on the quality of your thoughts. With low testosterone, you're miserable. You're tired. You've got brain fog. Your libido's low. The little man's not working properly. Yeah, and we are men. We are simple creatures with simple needs. Food, shelter, water, and nookie. And we're happy. Bit of community as well. Perhaps a nice car. But actually materialism is secondary to the fundamentals of life. We are one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. There is no such thing as death. And we are the imagination of ourselves. And that is 100% true. So when we talk about testosterone and its role in physiology, how your body functions, it's your primary anabolic hormone necessary for growth and repair, how your body functions. But yeah, we've just said low mood, tiredness, brain fog, and they're more psychological symptoms. Now, we've said before, you cannot separate physiology from psychology and psychology from physiology. Now, remember, your emotions are fleeting. They are not to be paid attention to. You are supposed to allow your behaviors to impact your emotions, not your emotions to impact your behaviors. And then you will feel good because you'll be putting what in? Effort in to achieve your reward, earn your reward. And your reward is the determined effort that you put in. Boom, testosterone, dopamine. Why is there this relationship? Testosterone is not a happiness chemical. So the happiness of your life, no, testosterone has a relationship with dopamine, which means that men are reward driven. So you're supposed to go out and hunt, go out and achieve the goal. You are supposed to be logical. Now with low testosterone, you've lost all that. You are miserable. So you defy your physiology and it's uncomfortable. It's a purgatorial state. And we don't want to be in this purgatorial state because we are what? Testosterone dominant, reward dominant, which means this is an unpleasant state. So you're going to jump on testosterone replacement therapy and hey presto, all cured. Now you need to be carefully titrated according to response, and your optimal levels are not going to be the same necessarily as my optimal levels. But it's a process and we need to go through that process. There are no shortcuts. There are not supposed to be any shortcuts. You're supposed to go through the process. Time is right now, not yesterday, not tomorrow. Be considerate of the past to be considered for the future, but live in this present moment. Consciousness. Wow, what a peculiar element to our lives. Now, fundamentally, we're supposed to survive. Fundamentally, we're supposed to procreate and further our DNA. But consciousness adds a level of complexity that is unnecessary. Because what are we? We're all depressed. We're all anxious. Why are we all depressed and anxious? Because we've already reached this place of safety. This wonderful playground is the safe utopia that we're seeking. But we've got here and we don't know what to do because we've still got those fundamental drives within our body and we're full of anxiety. We're physical beings in a world full of psychological stress. And we are full of angst. So testosterone, we are on testosterone replacement therapy and hey presto, life is now wonderful. No, it's now yours for the taking. You need to take control, personal responsibility and accountability for your actions to be what? The very, very best version of yourself. So as you guys know, I'm a massive Bill Hicks fan. We are one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. And your body is your vessel. It's your vessel to project onto society, onto the community, what you can achieve. So be the very best version of yourself. Engage in positive behaviors, not negative behaviors. But paradoxically, we go to the negative because we are seeking danger. Why are we seeking danger? Because we're in a safe place and we need to keep moving. And the destination is very much secondary to the journey. How amazing is that? It is your opportunity to be the best version of yourself. Now you have a second chance. Your low testosterone is likely as a result of a cascade of wrongdoings. Some of them your fault, some of them not your fault because we are in this perverse world. But ultimately now it's down to you to be the best version of yourself. Consciousness adds this level of complexity, but it doesn't help us. So we need to shift that paradigm and say, right, it is going to help me. And I am going to be a productive member of society by being the best version of myself. People learn more by observing things while being told things. And again, if you've got children, you know this with your children. You need to lead by example. When I'm at work, I try and lead by example. I'm not perfect. I'm not supposed to be perfect, because you're always supposed to be striving to be better. So this testosterone's relationship with dopamine is key. Now you jump on testosterone and suddenly your dopamine rises and hey presto, everything is amazing. No, there is a titration process, as we've already said. It's a necessary titration process. It is a rite of passage. If you raise testosterone, you raise dopamine, and wonderful, because we're goal driven, reward driven, so logic driven, so wonderful, everything is amazing. Now what goes up with testosterone? Yes, estradiol can. Now what's estradiol's relationship with the neurotransmitters? Well, fundamentally it's serotonin. And again, yes, oh my word, happiness, happy, I want to be happy, but you're a man, testosterone, dopamine. Women are more estradiol dominant, which means they're more serotonin dominant, which means they're more emotional. So again, we share the same hormones, but we have different amounts and our genes express them in a different way. So let's go back. Testosterone, dopamine, men, goal driven, reward driven, logic driven. Our emotions are based on this because we have less estradiol relative, and hence we are more logic versus emotional. Women, estradiol dominant, so they're more emotional, and so their logic is based on emotion. So fundamentally, what happens when men go on TRT? Well, you can feel anxious and emotional. Well, why is that? Because you've had this hit of estradiol, and that's raised serotonin, the happiness chemical. No, actually what it's done is it's paradoxically made you more emotional. Now we do need emotion because we are not bulls in a china shop. We need to be considered, and especially as we live in a community, we need to be considered to be a part of the community, because we are one consciousness to experience itself subjectively. So again, you go on testosterone, you raise the testosterone, raise dopamine, you raise the estradiol, which raises the emotions. Relax. Anything negative is temporary, much like anything positive is temporary, because you have to work, and we are testosterone, dopamine, goal driven. So keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. There is no destination. The paradox of life is the inevitability of death. So you need to live in this very moment. You need to trust the process. It's been done thousands of times before. Microdosing TRT is the best way of achieving stable male androgen levels to allow you to put the work in to feel good, to work on all those things that you weren't working on before, or you perhaps were working on, but you had low testosterone, so it was counterproductive, and you exercise because you're supposed to exercise, and you are supposed to exercise. But if you've got low testosterone, it's going to send you into a more catabolic state without that anabolic capacity, and it's yin yang, so you're not going to be able to recover, and you're going to feel worse. Isn't it fascinating? Isn't it absolutely fascinating? And it's all about getting your levels to where they need to be, trusting the process. You cannot rush to the destination, because there is no destination. It is always about continued work and effort. Earn your reward. The reward is the determined effort that you put in. This is key to understanding life. I'm often asked, how else can I help you? I can give you some tricks, but ultimately it's all down to you. Enduring hardship, the things we bang on about all the time, but ultimately it's your journey. You have to take personal responsibility and accountability for it. I can provide you with hopefully the necessary support that you need. And I'm going to tell you this, it's going to be tough love. I will deliver empathy, but not sympathy, because I want to act in the best interests of you, to allow you to be the master of your own journey. So I think I've rambled on long enough, and I'll say it one more time because it has to be said one more time. Go earn your reward.